This is a WWN Publishing Group recording. Copyright 2017, all rights reserved. This is an abridged version of Hot Georgia Rein by Martha Sweeney to make the story appropriate for all listeners on YouTube. Read to you by the author. If you want to read the complete story, you can find the ebook or paperback online. Links are provided below in the description. Chapter 23, Ivy. I let the water wash over me for at least 5 minutes from the moment I stepped into the shower. Between the stress from last night and the added shit this morning with my family and Henry, I need a long, hot shower to calm down. It didn't help that Drew was just texting me, saying that everything is going to shit and that he needs me home. Why can't a man handle things when a woman is away? I get as much done in the bathroom as possible, including getting dressed, knowing that Henry could be super grabby again. I can't believe he tried this morning with my family awake and still in the house. I can't believe I let him, which is part of my tension. When I enter my bedroom, I find Henry lounging on my bed with his hands tucked behind his head. Why are men so damn sexy? More so when they're pushing boundaries and buttons. So, don't you have work today? I check, evading his eyes. Sounds like you want to get rid of me, Henry accuses. No, I lie. Bullshit, he laughs. It's the rumors thing that's still bothering you. Not, I fib. You're not a good liar, Firefly, Henry informs. I've got a pretty good poker face when I want it, I assert. Henry snickers, which riles me a little. If you really want to let those fuckers run your life, fine, he says, shifting to a sitting position. I can leave. I watch him, hoping to see if he's bluffing. I don't think you should give any more fucks as to what others say or think about you, Henry states. You're successful and you got the hell out of Dodge. The only reason why they'd say shit is because they're jealous of you. I lift a brow, not expecting his words. But if you want them to control you like that, fine, Henry sighs. I'll go if you really want me to. But no, I expect your sweet ass at my house tonight for dinner. I don't take kindly to people who insist and not ask, I say with my hands on my hips. You'll take it from them, but not me, Henry poses. Shit, I huff. Henry yanks me into him. The only person who I care to know what she thinks is you, Ivy, he shares. Don't give a fuck about the rest of them. No offense, not even your mama and papa. I love them, respect them, but this is between you and me. Henry takes a hold of the back of my neck and pulls me into a long, lingering kiss. My body responds instantly, anticipating the kind of release that can come from him touching me in so many tantalizing ways. I toy with the idea of letting him get his fill, and mine too, before he leaves. You know where to find me, Henry states, letting me go. My body suddenly feels cold as he moves further away. You coming tonight, Henry checks. I nod despite the fact that my gut is telling me it's a bad idea. I hide out in my room until lunch, needing to get some work done remotely and also to avoid my parents. There's no need to have the awkward birds and the bees conversation or the inquiry as to the full status of Henry and me. The smell of Mama's cooking finally entices me to come down for lunch. Papa is at work, as is Grady, so the chances of Henry or sex being brought up in a conversation by someone other than me are very slim. Pops seems to be having a good day, so Mama asks if I can go with her to the food store to make the trip faster. I agree, even though I'm nervous about the idea of an outing. The ride to town is short and quiet, and the streets seem less busy, which I'm grateful for. Talk to him yet? Mama pries as we round the corner for the third aisle. No, I sigh. I know I need to. It's just not that easy with everything that's going on. What's been going on other than you two having sex? Mama quips. Mama, I chide, looking around to make sure no one heard her. Why are you acting weird, Ivy? Mama asks, looking around as if someone is going to pop out from the shadows. Nothing, I lie. Did he say something? Mama checks. I look at her in confusion. You know, something to the effect that he doesn't want kids? She inquires. No, I reply softly. Then what? Mama pushes. I don't want to talk about it, I claim. Spill it, Mama demands. I take a deep breath, needing to collect myself while also checking to see if anyone is around. Right as I'm about to utter the first word, Mrs. Glidewell calls out Mama's name. Oh, hello there, Mary Sue, Mama greets. I study Mrs. Glidewell's face as she approaches, trying to uncover if she's one of the people who's heard or is spreading the rumors. We missed you at knitting last week, Sue Ellen, Mrs. Glidewell states. The lady said it's not as lively without you. You remember my daughter Ivy, right? Mama asks. Yes, of course, Mrs. Glidewell replies with a smile. Good to see you again after all these years. You've grown into quite a woman. I'm sure you've got all the men chasing after you.
Good to see you again too, Mrs. Glidewell, I return with a smile, feeling a little more confident. Ivy's back in town for a little while, Mama explains. That's why I missed the fun. Tell the girls I'll be back not this weekend, but the next. I sure will, Mrs. Glidewell replies. There you are, another woman's voice booms down the aisle. I instinctually duck, afraid that something will be hurled at me. Ivy, Sweet Pea, what in heavens are you doing? Mama inspects. Nothing, I lie. I thought my shark got caught on the cart. Did it snag? Mama asks. Nope, I confirm. It's good. Good, Mama says, before turning to look at Mrs. Holmes, who is standing next to Mrs. Glidewell. Good to see you, Sue Ellen, Mrs. Holmes greets. She looks to me, and I swear I see the judgment coming out of her eyes. Ivy. Mrs. Holmes, I return sharply. I'd say there's no hurry for Sue Ellen to rush back to knitting, Mrs. Holmes states. There's enough drama going around the town as it is. What do you mean by that? Mama inquires heatedly. Are you implying that I bring drama when you and your girl Adeline get around more than any other girls in town? Now, ladies, Mrs. Glidewell officiates, trying to keep the peace. Not at all, Mrs. Holmes states. We just don't need you around on account of how quickly your daughter is known to spread her legs for Juliana's husband. Juliana is dead, Mama reminds. And don't you go on talking about my daughter like that. Not when your daughter is known to have slept with every boy in her class and even a few of the teachers to make sure she graduated from school. How dare you, Mrs. Holmes exclaims. Mama, let's go, I ask, not liking the situation. How dare you, Mama says heatedly. I expect better from you ladies, especially with all the shit y'all used to pull when we were their age. We never tried to break up a marriage, Mrs. Holmes claims. Henry is a widower, Mama reminds. He's not married, nor was my daughter around during the time they were married. Mama, please, I beg. Juliana was too good for him, Mrs. Holmes states. Why? Because Henry's not a purebred? I snap. All three women look to me. Looks to me that none of the people in this town, especially the purebreds, are good enough for him or the rest of us, I counter. If I were you, I'd turn my little ass around and march on out of this store. Don't look back because I just might put a hex on you with my mixed blood voodoo ways. Mama tries to hide a smile. Let's be civil, Ivy, Mrs. Glidewell offers. No, I argue. I'm done being fucking civil with this fucking town. Mrs. Holmes and Mrs. Glidewell stare at me in shock, unsure of how to handle me. I was never a child who stood up for myself when I was young, not when it came to adults. Y'all need to take those fucking sticks out of your asses, I inform. Better yet, y'all actually need to shove them up higher so you can fuck those tight asses of yours until you're no longer a fucking tight ass. I'm sick and tired of people like you. You're all one to talk when it comes to gossip, yet you don't even know the decades of gossip I've had to listen to about each of you. What seems to be the commotion? Mr. Kirkland inquires, coming from around the corner. Nothing, I return, not letting anyone else speak. Why don't we lower our voices and, don't tell me what to do, Mr. Kirkland, I command. You're just as bad as the women in this town with the gossip you spread, and you're just as bad, if not worse, with your own indiscretions. What with how you like to diddle Mrs. Phillips in the back when you think no one's in the store? Ivy, I think that's enough, Mama states. Enough? I laugh. Enough? I'm just getting started. Ivy Lynn, Mama calls, snapping me from my tirade. I nod, understanding that I've proven my point. Good day to you all, I say, pushing the cart past them and checking the list that Mama gave me. I maneuver through the rest of the aisles, collecting what we need, not speaking a word to anyone, not even Mama. We get into the checkout line, waiting patiently for our turn. Mrs. Rhodes's nephew is ringing us up, and he keeps snickering each time he looks at me. Bobby Sinclair, one of the kids from my school, watches me as we wait to pay. Once outside, I load Mama's truck and then hop in the passenger seat. I'm so proud of you, Mama praises suddenly. I look at her, confused by her words. Oh, Ivy Lynn Abney, Mama laughs. The only reason why I interrupted you was for you to stop with them all speechless and you ahead in that argument. If you had said any more, there's a good chance you would have kept going down that path that Kiki Mullen did 15 years ago. Shit, I sigh. I forgot about Kiki. She never bounced back and had to leave town not long after that, Mama reminds. I nod, sending a little prayer to Kiki Mullen, daughter of Mr. Mullen, who owned one of the hotels. Rumors about her late-night visits with some of the clients, all arranged by her father, as everyone claimed, was her downfall, causing her to crack. Is he coming over for dinner tonight? Mama checks. Who? I search. Henry, Mama says. No, I reply. He wants me to go over to his place. I say that's good. No one to interrupt, Mama returns. I snicker. Yeah, like last night. What happened last night? Mama pries. That's what all that was about in there, I state, flicking my wrist in the air. What happened? Mama asks. I let out a sigh and spilled the beans. She's quiet for a long while, but comes to my defense as soon as I think it really sinks in for her. I have to talk her down from confronting Mrs. Summerlin, or anyone else for that matter. The last thing I need is for Papa to have to chase after both of us. He'd need a gun, more to protect everyone else from us rather than us from everyone else. So, is that going to change things between you and Henry? Mama asks after a long silence. No, I confirm. I think it's just a confirmation that we need to move more slowly for many reasons, including some people like Mrs. Summerlin needing time to heal. Life goes on, Sweet Pea, Mama states. I know, I agree. And Henry and she were having challenges. Challenges that no one knew about, Mama adds. Everyone grieves differently. You can't let that control you living your life. I nod. Have you told him yet about, Mama pries gently? There never seems to be a good time to bring it up, I mention. There never is, Mama states. You just need to reveal it, let him process it. I'm sure that he might need a little time to understand, but I don't think it'll change things between you two. You both have been through a lot, together and apart. Yeah, I agree. I'll try tonight. Are you more scared of admitting it than really of what Henry will say or feel? Mama inspects. I think so, I affirm. Mama doesn't say anything else. She reaches over and taps my hand before leaving hers on top of it until she needs both hands to turn the wheel. When we get back, I hang out with my family in the living room, only getting on my phone to answer a few text messages for work and when Cece calls so I can talk to my son. Nana and Pops lighten up when I let them talk to him too, which brightens my spirits. Since Henry never really told me in time to come over for dinner, I go up to get ready when Mama starts to make a meal for the family. I take a shower, feeling sweaty from the day, and can't decide what sundress to wear. I check my closet and decide to see if any of my old ones fit. A few do, only being a little tighter in the chest area. I opt to wear the one that's got a bohemian flair to it and drape a cardigan over my shoulders to cover up my excess of cleavage so Papa doesn't notice before I leave.
This is the end of this chapter. Thank you for listening. I hope you're enjoying the story so far. To read the full unabridged version, you can find a link in the description below. To find out about new releases before the general public, be sure to subscribe to my newsletter. You'll find a link also in the description. Also, to be notified when the next chapter is published, make sure you subscribe to my channel.